Hi, Crafty Cricket here. This is the cup that you're going to see the video done on. Okay, this is my own personal cup that I did because I love it. Because it says on it, I solemnly swear all the blank in time. And it's done with UV glitter, glow-in-the-dark powders, and printable vinyl, and glitter permanent vinyl, and white glitter and a black glitter. Both, one is holographic, the black is holographic. So I'm going to get this charged up here to show you. So we'll do the lights out thing in a minute, and I'll show you it glowing in the dark and with the letter changing, so you can get a good see of what it does. Excuse possible noise in the background. I have two dogs and they are making themselves comfy on the couch in my craft room. So I'll show you the glow-in-the-dark I will show you the UV changing color first. Okay, so here it is. So I solemnly swear all the blank in time. That's the part that changes with the sunlight. And we'll get the glow-in-the-dark going. I'm going to start shutting off some lights just so you can really get a good see. Hopefully it'll charge enough for us to see it. So we'll turn that one off, and we'll turn the ring light off in a minute. So hope this isn't too dark. And then I'll quickly go over the products, and then we'll get into the video. Okay, so we'll turn the ring light off, and there's the glow-in-the-dark footprints that are on it. They're on the other side as well. So there's the glow-in-the-dark footprints on either side. So that's what we're going to work on this cup. And I'll turn on. So the glitters I used were white diamonds and pot calling the kettle. It's a black holographic. The UV glitter is white to purple. So this changes from white glitter to purple glitter in the sunlight. And the glow powder was Night Waves purple. And it's white, and then it changes to the purple glow in the dark. The printable vinyl I used to do the pin striping and this lettering was done with this vinyl. Okay, and it's called Brick Red. Just a color I had and I liked, and it went well with the black glitter and the white. And the printable vinyl, you use whatever you can get your hands on. I use this printable vinyl here. Okay. I've used several different kinds. Whatever I can buy where I live, that's what I buy. And the lettering is done on my Cricut machine. I've never used a Silhouette. I don't have one, so I have the Cricut. And I'm not sponsored by any of these people. This is just my own little fun thing to learn to do at my age. I printed or cut out my wording, and this was cut out on removable vinyl, same with the footprints. And then I used Mod Podge to do the lettering, and then sprinkled my UV glitter, and then pulled the printable vinyl off. And I did the footprints the same way with the glow powder, Mod Podge and the glow powder. And you'll see all that in the video, but I do solemnly swear that this is my first ever videotaping of my work. So I hope I do a good job at it. Remember to like and subscribe. Take care, everyone. Bye. On to the next part. Okay, I printed my design on printable vinyl, put it on my cup, and then I put Mod Podge and put my white glitter, and Mod Podge and put my black glitter on the bottom. So now we're gonna epoxy this so that it'll be ready for my next step. So once this dries, or cures I should say, then we will move to the next step. So all those things will be fast forwarded at some point, so you see all that, because I'm sure you all know how to apply your epoxy and how to mix your epoxy if you're watching. This is the tedious part, I guess you would say, is getting the epoxy on. Get it all on here. I tape off the tops of my cups. I prefer and a lot of my customers prefer, or people that order from me for gifts. So I'm doing the bottom here. I don't know if you can see that part, but from what I'm seeing, it's kind of dark here, but I'm trying to... This is new to me, videotaping, so... Okay, clean up my fingers a little bit here, and we'll level this all out. So, this is how I do it. Everybody does their epoxy a little bit different. I get a coat on it, make sure it's fairly well covered, and then I just kind of drizzle the rest on this way, and then I smooth it all out. And I find this way too with taping the tops of my rims. I don't have to clean up the top too terrible much, because it doesn't, you don't get epoxy up into the lip of the cup. So it makes a step easier really in the long run. So just smooth it all out. Make sure I don't have a lot of bubbles. Make sure my bottom is covered and smooth. Now this will get a second coat of epoxy before it gets the next step done, which is going to be the wording. Will go in the white area here. And then I'm going to put maybe little footprints on it yet. I haven't quite decided. So there we are. We're covered. Now I'll show you. Just set this aside. Pull my glove. So I let this spin for a while, and that levels it out. Then I will remove my tape from the top rim, and I'll wipe that down with a piece of cloth with alcohol on it to make sure the rim is nice and even. And this is fairly smooth now, and I don't see any air bubbles. I did warm up my epoxy before I put it on the cup. I just find that works better for me. So we'll let that spin for a little bit. And then we'll pull the tape off the top. I don't like to leave it too long with the tape on and the epoxy in case I get sidetracked and I forget what I'm doing. And then the tape is stuck there. So I just take my end of my tape, which I had folded over to start with, just let this spin and slowly remove the tape as we go around. I could speed it up and make it go faster, but I like to do it this way because it just makes it a little easier. Oh, we gotta get that little doodad off of there. I'll throw my tape in the garbage. I'll pick that as it comes around. There. And I'll sand that too in that spot. So then I just take a cloth with alcohol on it. These are like not shop towels, but J cloths, whatever you want to call them. Everybody calls them something different, I think. And I just put, okay, I'm going to put got the first part of the decal on. This part is going to go on because this is going to be UV glitter. We're going to Mod Podge it on. So get my decal on here. Trying to unstick it from the paper. The backing. So get, excuse me. It's not COVID. Okay, so we're going to put this on here. And this is going to come off. This is just a template as to where my letters are going to go. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfectly, like, no bubbles. Because we're just, as long as the Mod Podge doesn't go under the... Okay. So do that. Okay, so I got my paintbrush, got my UV glitter, and I'm going to get a piece of paper to catch my glitter on. Just stick that under there, because I want this level to be able to put my Mod Podge on. I'll get a piece of paper to squirt my Mod Podge on to use my paintbrush with. And it's just a little thin paintbrush. And I'm just going to fill in and work as quickly as I can so that the Mod Podge doesn't dry before I get the glitter on. Hope my hands aren't in your road. Okay. Actually, I'm probably going to work without that cradle just because I prefer to. And this is a white to purple. Just tap that on. Roll it off. And move to the next letter. Hopefully I won't have to do a second coat, but I might. I'll know better once I get this all on. And this is an experiment for me. This is something I just learned. So I've never done it before, so I'm going to give it a try. Because this is how I like to learn. Okay. Okay. Probably speed this process up when I do my edit here, but we'll see how long it takes, because all this stuff is new to me. YouTubing and videoing and whatnot. All new. At 50 plus years of age, I'm learning new stuff. So anybody young out there watching, you're never too old to learn. Okay. we've got the UV glitter done here. So I'll show you now it's all done, how it changes color. Hopefully it'll show up for us on camera. I should use my other light. It's a little stronger, but there, that's better. Okay, so that's the UV glitter done. Okay, and then I also did glow-in-the-dark footprints. Here, and on the other side of the same white. So if you, we'll see if we can turn that other light off. Just a minute here. There's the footprints. Okay. So now I'm going to put my tape on, and I went with the 2mm wide cuts on my vinyl. So we're going to start here. Oh, it's sticking to my hand. Try and overlap it this way a bit so it doesn't stick. And I just go just past my V on one side and then just follow along the seam. Now the only thing I have left to do to this before I epoxy it is to seal the UV powder and the, I'm going to grab my, so I'm going to cut this above again, so that it's cut above the line. I'll have to find a place to stick that after. I'm going to need another piece to go the other way. Go back to the other side and we'll go the other way, and then I'll trim my ends in the V. So yes, I'll have to spray seal this so that my UV glitter is sealed so that the glitter doesn't move once we start the epoxy process. And also seal in our, this vinyl I find needs to be sealed in too. Sometimes it repels the epoxy if you don't seal it. So I'm going to cut this one too, just above. Okay. So now I'm going to trim this in a V right here. So I'm going to go from the center of my V, and then I just pick off that, whoop, sure, there. Make sure it's cut good for the other way. Okay, put that in the garbage. Keep garbage can right close. And then I'm going to do the same at this end. So, pull that one. And then we'll pull this one. So that gives you your nice V. Okay, a sec, I'll put my knife away so I don't stab myself. So there's your V cut there, and your V cut on the back. Okay. So we will spray seal this and then epoxy it. At least 2 coats, and then we will come back after the epoxy and I'll show you the finished product.